I hope you guys are all having an efficient day. Easy Auto Fix here, and today we're going to learn symptoms of a bad intake manifold gasket. The purpose of the intake manifold gasket is the seal between the intake manifold and the cylinder head. This helps prevent dirt and unmeasured air from entering. In V-type engines, the intake manifold gasket also assists in sealing off coolant and oil. The location will be pinched between the intake manifold and the cylinder head. The first symptom of a failing intake manifold gasket is hearing a hissing sound. If the gasket is torn, air will be sucked in through that portion, creating a hissing sound. This only happens when the car is on, since vacuum is created when the engine's running. The second symptom is an engine light. If air is entering the torn portion of the gasket, the MAF or MAP sensor won't be able to read it. This prevents the engine control module from making the correct changes to the air-fuel mixture. Here are some codes that can pop up. To read the codes, you'll need an OBD2 scanner. I'll leave the one that works for me in the description below. The third symptom is a rough idle. You'll notice your vehicle vibrating when you're parked, at a red light, or a stop sign. This happens because the engine creates more vacuum when the car is stationary, meaning more unmetered air will travel through the ruptured gasket and throw off the air-fuel mixture. In some situations, it can get so bad your engine can turn off. The fourth symptom is a hard start. You'll notice the engine will take longer to start than usual. This happens because the unmetered air goes into the engine, creating a lean mixture that the MAF or MAP sensors are unable to read. Once the engine gets warmed up, your car will perform better because the oxygen sensor will be able to communicate with the ECM. By this point, your RPMs at idle will usually be above 1,000. The fifth symptom is a coolant leak. You'll notice the leak coming from the intake manifold gasket. This is more common on V-type engines because they have coolant passages that travel through the intake manifold. The sixth symptom is white smoke coming from the exhaust. This can happen if part of the intake manifold is torn, bringing coolant from the coolant passages past the intake runners and into the intake valves where it gets sucked in and burned in the combustion process. This is what creates white smoke coming out from the exhaust. You'll also notice that your car is low on coolant. A quick way to see if you have a leaking intake manifold gasket is to use carburetor cleaner. You'll want to turn on the car and spray between the intake manifold and the cylinder head. If you hear the engine change in sound or speed, then you found the problem. I'll leave the cleaner that you can use in the description below. Now if you want to see symptoms of a bad valve cover gasket, then click here.